Life is full of awesome what-ifs, and some not so much, like unexpected medical costs. That's why United Healthcare provides Health Protector Guard fixed indemnity insurance plans to supplement your primary plan and help manage out-of-pocket costs. Learn more at uh1.com.
On today's Smart 7, Starmer dismisses Tory teenage dad's army plan. Netanyahu apologises over tragic mishap and lots more. It's Tuesday, 28th of May. It's National Hamburger Day and happy birthday, Kylie Minogue.
The Smart 7. It's news, but
Not the news. We're in full-scale election campaign mode now, in what may seem like the longest 6 weeks of your life. Prime Minister Rishi Sunak was busy playing football with kids in Chesham on Monday after his dramatic mandatory national service announcement over the weekend. He's trying to make a case that he's the change candidate and a man who can take bold action, but the response so far to the idea of compulsory national service for 18-year-olds has been lukewarm at best. Labour leader Sir Keir Starmer was in West Sussex delivering a proper campaign speech, and he seemed underwhelmed by Rishi's big idea.
The desperation of this national service policy, a sort of teenage dad's army, paid for, I kid you not, by cancelling Levelling Up funding.
Home Secretary James Cleverly was determined to sell the plan, while also pointing out that most people won't actually end up in the army.
It's about addressing the fragmentation that we've seen in society. Too many young people living in their own bubble, and we want to get back to the situation where people are mixing with young people from different areas to try and find a way of addressing the kind of fragmentation that we see too much.
The election is not just about the Tories and Labour, though. Despite most of the media attention so far being on the battle between Rishi Sunak and Keir Starmer, Rishi has gone a bit Trump in his campaigning as he called Keir Sir Sleepy, a charge that Starmer has dismissed. Meanwhile, north of the border, new SNP leader John Swinney launched their campaign as polling shows his party is trailing Labour. He says, though, they're focused on taking out the Tories.
The SNP are the challengers in every single Tory-held constituency in Scotland. So votes for the SNP are the quickest way to get rid of the Tory MPs and to get rid of the Tory government from Scotland.
Not to be outdone, Lib Dem leader Sir Ed Davey kicked off their campaign by unveiling their battle bus. It's called, for reasons that aren't quite clear, Yellowhammer 1, and he seems quite excited as they too target the Tories.
People across the blue wall are saying they are fed up of this out-of-touch Conservative government, and they know that a vote for the Liberal Democrats in so many parts of the country, like the Blue Wall, can get rid of the Conservative government.
There was a rare apology from Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on Monday evening after an Israeli strike on a Rafah refugee camp sparked a fire that killed dozens. His apology for what he called a tragic mishap came after global outrage over the deadly strike that the IDF had said was aimed at Hamas leadership. The strike sparked protests in Israel and condemnation from the EU and the UN, while the US urged Israel to take every precaution to protect civilians. With the Rafah border crossing still closed, Oxfam's humanitarian lead Magnus Corfixon says the UK government needs to step up and help.
What we need is the likes of the UK to support these and to apply pressure. And that's also by stopping arms sales. So a ceasefire, and that the UK steps up and try to take forward what has been ruled in ICJ and the UN Security Council.
Saturday saw Russia use glide bombs to target a DIY store on the outskirts of the Ukrainian city of Kharkiv, killing at least 6 and injuring many more. It comes as Ukrainian troops battle to push back a Russian incursion not far from Kharkiv, which Russian President Putin says is intended as a buffer zone. Ukrainian President Zelensky was in Madrid on Monday, signing a new agreement with Spain which should see €1 billion in military aid this year. However, the issue remains for Ukraine that many of its Western donors limit where their weapons can be used, which has made it hard for Ukraine to strike back at Russian bases. NATO Secretary-General Jens Stoltenberg says the time has come for those restrictions to be lifted.
The time has come to consider whether it will be right to lift some of the restrictions which have been imposed. If you then cannot attack on Russian territory, it ties one hand of the Ukrainians on their back and makes it very hard for them to conduct defence.
Still to come on the Smart 7, plenty of football drama, and Vicky McClure's got a very dedicated fan. Right after this.
Quality sleep is essential. That's why the Sleep Number Smart Bed is designed for your ever-evolving sleep needs. Need a bed that's firmer or softer on either side? Helps you sleep at a comfortable temperature? Sleep Number Smart Beds let you individualize your comfort, so you sleep better together. J.D. Power ranks Sleep Number number 1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store. And now, save 50% on the Sleep Number Limited Edition Smart Bed for a limited time. For J.D. Power 2023 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
Welcome back.
We're counting down the days until the Euros get underway, but there was still a fair bit of football business to be wrapped up over the bank holiday weekend. Saturday saw an FA Cup final at Wembley that was also a Manchester derby, with Manchester United conjuring a 2-1 win against Pep Guardiola's Premier League champions. It was the first time Pep has lost a domestic cup final, and he wasn't thrilled. Sunday saw the final promotion spot to next season's Premier League decided, with Leeds losing 1-0 to Southampton at Wembley. That means the Saints bounce back in after only a year in the Championship, and manager Russell Martin sounded pretty pleased.
To watch that, to watch them enjoy that, to watch them show the love they show for each other every day, and to how they've been this week, the feeling they've had and how together they are, have been amazing. And I hope we can keep as many of that group together as we possibly can.
Vicky McClure is a busy woman. She's been on the go non-stop since Line of Duty, starring in 2 series of explosive thriller Trigger Point, and now appearing in a 6-part psychological drama called Insomnia on Paramount+. She's been chatting about her role as Bomb Squad detective Lana Washington in Trigger Point, and she was delighted to be longlisted for Best Drama Performance at the National Television Awards. But she did find out about the nomination from a slightly unusual source.
I've got this fan page that's run by this girl called Sarah, who I've never met, and she does a really lovely job, and she's just on it. She was on it, and that's how I found out, just opening up my Instagram, and it's always, really nice to see that.
One of the worst, or at least weirdest accents ever committed to film is making a comeback. Yep, Daniel Craig is getting ready to play mysterious detective Benoit Blanc in the 3rd instalment of Rian Johnson's murder mystery series Knives Out. The new movie is called Wake Up Dead Man, but apart from Craig, we don't know much about who else might appear. The first Knives Out featured Jamie Lee Curtis and Don Johnson, while Glass Onion featured Edward Norton, Kate Hudson and a spectacular Janelle Monáe. Still, mark it down in your silly cinema diary for 2025.
In the beginning, the knives came out. Then behold, the glass was shattered. But my most dangerous case yet is about to be revealed.
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes and we'll give you the world.
Whether you're a morning person or a bedtime procrastinator, everyone deserves a mattress that works for their style. And you'll find the best mattress for you at Ashley. The new Temper-Adapt collection at Ashley brings you one-of-a-kind body-conforming technology, making every sleep tailored to be your best. The collection also features cool-to-the-touch covers and motion absorption to help minimize sleep disruptions from partners, pets, or kids. Shop the all-new Temper-Adapt collection at Ashley, in-store or online at ashley.com. Ashley, for the love of home.